Hey there, today we're going to talk about making some cool signs for decorations out of old pallet wood. And before we get started, we want to talk about safety first, so be sure and wear some work gloves and safety glasses. Okay, you can see we've got a good amount of lumber here, but we just need to harvest something that can be usable for our actual signs. And I try to use as much of the stuff as I can. And to do this, I'm going to use a couple of different saws that I have over here. One of them is a skill saw, another being a sawzall with a wrecking blade in it. Alright, let's take a look here at some action shots. I'm going to be just showing you how I actually separate these pallets instead of trying to bust them up. I actually cut the nails loose, if you will. And here's a couple of other shots showing that, where I've actually, I'm just separating the boards, if you will, so it's no longer a pallet. Just cutting all of the nails off, just going around and getting a usable pile of lumber, if you will, so I'll actually have something to work with. Here I'm actually cutting some of the boards up that were harvested. I go through and cut out some of the, the really bad spots and things like that. And one of the things that you want to be careful of when you're using harvested pallet wood is when you go to make other cuts is to pay attention to where the nails are if you leave those in the wood, which in this case we did because of the way we harvested them with a sawzall. Just make sure when you're cutting with your saw that you're not trying to cut over where some nails are, because it wouldn't be very healthy for you and or your saw blade. Now we've got some shots where I'm actually starting to form the sign that I want, and again I've got a little jig that I put these in and just try to lay them out and get everything lined up. Punch the holes and secure everything together and make sure it's really nice. Here I've trimmed the backs off so they're not sticking out once it's actually adhered or attached to a surface, so you don't see those loose ends. I just use basic deck screws to assemble these things with. I just make sure that they don't protrude through to the front. In this shot here, I'm actually working from the back to secure the actual cross braces on these, if you will. I just continue through and get everything attached and get it really tight and make sure that it's actually square. Again, I'm just kind of checking and making sure that everything's lined up. They don't have to be exactly perfect because of the rustic look of the wood. So again, everything doesn't have to be exactly perfect, and here's what one of the actual finished rough signs look like. And I actually went ahead and got some keyhole hangers to put in the back of these. It's just basically what I wanted, and I drill a little hole out and then attach these so that they can be mounted on a wall with anchors. Now here's some of the signs after they were actually sanded a little bit and stained. And my wife, she is actually the sign maker in this case. She's the big crafter, I'm not. So here's some of the signs actually in progress, and I think they came out real well. And you can put pretty much whatever you want on them and just make a cool sign. Here's one of the actual finished products on a wall in a home. And here's another one in progress that's looking really cool. And here's the finished product of it.